Hello everyone and welcome back to Niche, where our tribe of Scorching Sands has been fighting for survival on the burning savanna. And things have been pretty intense. There's actually several fires burning right now, one of which is right in the middle of everything, and food supplies are running pretty low. So we're doing our best to stay alive, but things have not been easy, and we may be forced off the island sooner than we had ever hoped. If that's the case, I think we'll probably go back to the, we'll probably go to this island, because this is the port we're at right now. And from there, we probably try to get back to the oasis and try and kind of set up another oasis area, because we are much more adapted for that, given that we have our, we've got our, what are they? We have the swimming creatures, basically. Alright, let's see. Gather from here. That wasn't any good. Basically, every creature, in order for us to be able to survive here, needs to be gathering either, except for the breeding pairs, they need to be gathering more food than they're eating, which that means each creature pretty much has to be gathering one food each time, and a little bit more because the breeding pairs don't always. So, let's see, are these guys genetically identical? They're not quite the same, okay. Pardon me? Sorry about that, you guys. I'm back, and we really need to get some more of these creatures to start breeding here, because otherwise we're going to be in for a bit of trouble, because we need to make sure we're going to have enough food, and that can be kind of dangerous if we don't. We need more gatherers. Oh, good. Okay. So the fire is out, and all of the food has come back. That's actually excellent news. We need to get someone up there right away. Alright, let's gather here. How are these guys doing age-wise? They're both really young still. So we can afford to have some of these guys. Alright, let's have you gather from here. And we will move down here. Come down here. Gather, repair, breed. I'm gonna have you be an Omega Gatherer because we are running out. So at least the fire that's near here is now, or that was near here is now out. That is one blessing. And we'll come over here, it can sit here. This is a great chance to stock up on food. I'm actually gonna come over here and gather primarily from this one to prolong her lifespan. Unfortunately, our gatherers tend to have pretty short lifespans just because they do have a fairly dangerous job in that it often involves gathering a lot of cactus. These guys are just going to sit and wait again still. And let's see. So you can gather here. I'm going to have her come sit here. He'll come up here. I can't do anything with you. You can gather from here. And you are going to be marked all yellow. All of our Omegas are going to be marked with yellow. Alright, let's gather, step over here, step up here, gather, breed. You're going to be an Omega as well, only we're going to send you somewhere else. Or, yeah, you'll go up this way, and we'll get him up to that area. We need all of our creatures gathering at maximum capacity, pretty much. Okay, let's see here. What about you? B and K, B and D, F and D, B and K. Okay, this is going to be our next breeding pair here. And so as soon as this turn passes these guys, then what I'll do is I'm going to put a yellow gem in the middle to show that these guys are going to go and be a breeding pair out here. We'll probably station them at this nest, actually. Now, the purpose of having so many breeding pairs is that, we need to now get rid of that grass. But the purpose of having so many breeding pairs is that That way we can have some that are out here and some that are back here. And the ones that are back here are going to be the ones that are actively developing the genetics. They're going to be the ones that if something were to happen, like let's say this whole island goes up in flames, then these pairs that are right over here, these three, the orange pair, the pink pair, and the blue pair are going to be the ones that will just hop on these tiles and flee if they have to. But we need to have more gatherers, and we need to have some up here because you can see how long it's taking us to get up here to access these resources. So we need to have some that are going to be going up there and that are going to be able to move around much more quickly than any of the pairs down here can. So these guys, okay, Koana, you're going to stay, I'm going to mark you with orange, and you'll be staying here, and then you are going to start gathering over here. I'm going to actually move her this way because then in theory we can start moving that way. Yeah, there we go. And we'll have you come and start gathering here, and then these guys are going to go up here. And are you an Omega? Ravanta, I think, is going to be an Omega. There we go. We'll put you on Omega. And so basically, they'll be the ones that are genetically... They're still okay. They're still good genetics we want to be passing on. But they're going to be in a little bit more danger just because they're a little bit further out. And if something happens, it's not as likely that we'd actually be able to get them back. We probably wouldn't be able to get them back to the ports in time, and so they are in a little bit more risk if something happens, but assuming nothing happens, they still have very good genetics and could still be a good breeding pair. And we just have our breeding pair here as well. B and C, D and K. Alright, and then Kirvan can go ahead and, he's really cute actually. Does he has brown. Okay, so I actually really like that brown patterning. I think it looks really nice. So he's going to be an Omega, and these guys are going to be Omegas as well. And I'm actually going to scoot them this way. I'm going to bring them over here. And we can gather some from here. We can go up here, and I can actually start breeding them this turn. And I'm going to move you here just to kind of protect. I don't think we have any birds around, so that's a good thing. And then you can step this way. We'll gather some of that just so that no fires will start, hopefully. And then you can sit there. And I think that's about it. We are starting to lose food, but that won't last long. Okay, let's have you gather. And then before you move, I'm going to move up here. You can start gathering. And I'll put you here and you can help. And then we'll go over here and you can start gathering. And you can gather from here. We'll put you here, they'll breed, and we're going to start having more food income from that, so that'll be very, very good. There is a dig spot, so let's breed and then nest. Gather, gather. Oh, and she just passed away. So we really just need to have multiple nest sites. Alright, so you are now going to be the one who's kind of keeping this place here. You can sit here, and then Kirvan will start to come over here. You can sit in the nest, and then I'm going to move him up here. He'll start gathering from this. These guys can take this, and then Lanasi will also be an Omega and can start moving out. Let's make sure we're gathering some of this grass just so that there's hopefully not going to be a bunch of fires starting or anything. Let's come up here. I'm going to have you gather there. And these guys are doing fairly well. And you are going to be the other part of the... Oops, that was pink. The other part of the pink pair. And then... let's gather some of this grass. Gather some grass. There we go. Any fires starting? Not presently. Okay. Alright. And still nothing, it looks like. Alright. So we'll make sure we're gathering here. You can start gathering from these. You'll step out. All of these babies are going to be Omega gatherers unless we decide we are going to send out another breeding pair. But for now, I think having two here will be fine. Gather, gather. We'll repair the nest. We have an abundance of nest material. That at least is one good thing. And repair, repair, gather. I'm going to have him sit here. You can gather this, and then you'll head off and start moving this way. I'm going to have you sit here, actually, and gather for now. And gather, gather, gather. Okay, so that's good. And we'll gather this. He'll come over here and be ready to kind of take her place because she's about to pass away. Let's have you gather, move. We'll breed and nest. And can you step right here and gather? Yes, you can. Alright. And you can gather here and then come over here and gather from there. Alright, and I'm kind of waiting a little bit on these guys because they can't actually gather. So I don't want them producing a bunch of babies right now. Because if they start breeding like crazy, it's going to be bad. We won't be able to keep up with the food needs because their babies can't actually gather. So you can sit here and start gathering. You're going to be an omega, and then you'll move over here. We'll breed. We'll try and dig. Try and dig. And you are going to be an omega as well. And then let's see. Let's come down here and keep that repaired. And she can try and gather. Actually, I'll keep her there because then she can gather from that bush. We'll make sure we're gathering from here. And these guys will be our next breeding pair. You can gather here and then gather here. Why don't you step up here momentarily and gather that grass. We'll gather this grass and then keep moving. We'll gather from here. Oh, and she just passed away. And so we really do need to start breeding and having more creatures who can go out and gather. So we are slowly, though, as we expand, I think having more breeding pairs is helping because we are starting to see that a lot of these creatures, so like we have more food, even though we have more creatures, we are starting to accumulate more food. And so it definitely is helping to have more creatures more spaced out and to have more breeding pairs. So let's go ahead and we'll start a new day. And we have a Bearyena. That's not a good thing. We also do not have a defender. So this is when things get a little bit hairy. We don't have a defender up here. So I'm going to start breeding these guys because we do need to start having defenders again. And let's see. Let's have you gather here. And you gather here. And you can keep gathering here. You can gather from here and here. These guys need to keep breeding. And you're also going to be an omega. There we go. You can come sit up here. You can make sure you're gathering from there. Why don't you come over here and start gathering, possibly. And gather, gather, gather. Gather, gather. And then, let's see. We're gonna need to have these guys attack. He might, hopefully he won't kill any of the babies. Hopefully he won't pursue them and continue to attack. Let's have you come up here. You can gather here. I'll put you back in the nest. And we're gonna start breeding these guys. And I think I'm gonna start moving you this way. We could station someone right there, actually. That could be a good spot for them. And, okay, he just killed our breeding male. We really need to have these guys taken down. Oh, good, okay. Alright, so that's really bad news for that nest. We need to see if any of the others could potentially... Okay, Ravanta's pretty damaged. B and D. B and K. So these guys would not be... No! 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 Stay away. Alright, Kirvan just passed away. we need to see if another group can quickly repopulate that nest. So let's see, DK, BC. Okay, this group is going to, I'll put these will be the betas. So these guys are going to become our orange breeding group up there again now. So we'll mark their middle one with that, and then they'll be our beta group. Alright, so it's a good thing neither of them are really damaged. Let's have them start moving. That's an excellent spot. We really need to get a gatherer in there because we could reach all three cactus at once. Let's have you gather, step down here and breed. And breed. No, sir. If you come over this way, I will smack you. Let's have you breed. And then you can start gathering here. And these guys are going to keep moving. We're actually losing food now because of that Bearyena attack. We had to divert gatherers. So we really do need to keep, our defender population up. I was hoping we wouldn't need to as much, but definitely we do. And so let's go over here. No, excuse you. You are dead now. And we can gather here, and you can gather there. And then unless BK, BD, BK, yeah, none of these guys are going to be able to be the next gatherers here because they're too genetically similar. And we don't want sick creatures, even though they are going to be potentially danger. They're going to potentially be in danger. So we still don't want them to be sick because that would be a very bad situation. And then these guys will come and take this nest area. So that's a good thing. I'm glad we had creatures who could get over there without too much trouble, because I think that's going to be really important because our food stores are starting to drop. All right, let's have Isis here. Go ahead, and she'll be an Omega Gatherer. And she can sit right here. Actually, I don't think we could reach all of the cactus all at once, could we? I thought, just kind of in passing, I thought we could, but I don't think we actually can. Let's go ahead and breed, and then we'll repair. Keep trying to dig up that root. If we keep trying for long enough, we will eventually get it. Is there another berry bush somewhere around here that she could reach? I thought there was. Oh, it was right. Oh, okay, I know what that place was. Okay. We'll gather, come up here, and then breed. And then these guys will probably all end up being defender. Like, they'll probably all end up going out to defend as opposed to lingering around. Okay, do we have someone coming in? And you know what, we're going to let her have the baby just in case it turns out to be one that could actually gather or whatnot. Alright. And you are going to be an Omega Gatherer as well. And you can come over here. Do we have fires starting? We do have a fire over there, so and we have a fire up here. So we need to be mindful of that one. Let's see. We'll make sure we're gathering here. Oh, no, you don't. No, you don't. Alright, let's have you sit in the... Yes, you're the new one. Okay. You can sit in the nest. Oops, that was the right one. And you... Oh, he's probably who stole from that. I see how it is. I see how it is. And we now have expanded so much that we don't have the resources to feed everyone, so we need to get everybody hustling on getting food now. All right. And this is especially when we can't afford to have someone stealing from us. So you will gather and gather. We'll clear that away. You can gather here, and we'll gather some of this grass. You can make sure you're gathering off both of these. Misana will also be a gatherer. And, oops, let's see. Come up here. She can start gathering there. And gather, 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 gather. These are some excellent places. You have a digger paw, huh? Yeah, oh no, you don't. You're just managing to do it on your own, okay. Let's see. He gathered from the cactus. I'm gonna see if there's anywhere around here. There are more cactus. Okay, good. Alright. So we're gonna keep that. Okay, Lare has passed away. And we'll gather. And I'm gonna keep breeding because we need to continue to generate gatherers. Alright. And then we'll make sure we're gathering here. Move over here. Come down here, gather and breed. I'm gonna not breed these guys for this turn though. And let's gather that grass. And then you're gonna be a defender Omega. And let's have you keep moving it up here. You can literally just step over here and start gathering. We'll gather some of this grass with you. And let's see. You can kind of explore this area. This child can't really do anything, unfortunately. I think, let's have you gather some from there. I think that's going to be good for now. So I think we're actually going to go ahead and wrap up this episode here for today. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed the episode. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time. But until then, this is Jay, over and out.